Hello, I'm Bernard Hickey from interest.co.nz and welcome to a special investing report brought to you in association with ASB. I'm here today at the Ellerslie Convention Centre where we've just had a vote on the Hanover Finance restructuring plan. Now the results are just in, and what you're about to see is from Chris Darlow, who chaired the meeting here today. The result? 93% of debenture investors have voted in favour of the restructuring plan put forward by Hanover Finance.
Presenting 92.97% were cast in favour of the resolution.
So there we have it, 93% voting in favour of the Hanover Finance restructuring plan, which over the next 5 years will, according to Hanover Finance, see people repaid 100% of their capital. $96 million worth of cash and assets has been put forward to back this restructuring plan. There were many questions at the meeting about the value of those $96 million of assets, which include various residential resort projects, Jacks Point, Matarangi Beach Estates, and some apartments in the Viaduct, which have first mortgages on them controlled by the banks. And that's been contributed by Mark Hodgson and Eric Watson, the owners and founders of Hanover Finance. Many questions too from investors about the credibility of Hanover Finance's managers, particularly over the last couple of years, and whether or not they can be trusted to look after that money for the next 5 years. In essence, investors voted for the hope put forward by Hanover Finance that they would be repaid all their 100%, rather than the receivership option put forward, which, according to PricewaterhouseCoopers, would have returned 50 cents in the dollar versus the 55 cents in the dollar PricewaterhouseCoopers was saying would be returned via the restructuring plan put forward by Hanover Finance. Now, after the meeting, we spoke to Peter Fredrickson, the CEO of Hanover, and asked him what he thought of today's vote. Peter, how do you feel about the result of the vote today?
Well, obviously we're very pleased that we've been given this opportunity to go and get everybody's money back, and we're grateful to all the investors that we've spoken to over the last 2-3 weeks, all the people that have turned up today, all the people that put in their proxies and have voted and given us that that mandate to go collect our loans.
How did you feel about the 93% winning vote? How did that compare with what you thought might happen?
I think that what we were looking for was in excess of 75, Bernard, and the votes that we've got are the votes we've got. It's a clear mandate to go and take this business forward, so that's what we're pretty happy about that.
Oh, right. Okay. What happens now for Hanover Finance?
We go back to the office, talk to the staff, tell them the outcome, and we start going forward. And we start working on getting the business going forward and meeting this payment plan. And everyone's committed to doing that.
So what sort of thing will you need to do first over the next couple of months to make sure that repayment plan is met?
Do the sorts of things that the people at Hanover Finance do very well. Talk to borrowers, ensure that we understand what are the issues that they're dealing with, start collecting cash, start getting borrowers to repay us, giving them a clear message that we've got a mandate to be in business and to recover from them the loans that are outstanding and that are due as they are due. So we'll just do all of that.
You're saying that some of the borrowers have been playing silly buggers with waiting for a receivership or hoping for a receivership. How will the vote today change that situation?
Well, they can't hide, and there's no receivership. They're dealing with the business. They're dealing with a company that has got a significant amount of shareholders' support behind it. They will. We're business as usual going forward, and we're not of a mind to be dealing with them as they think a receiver might have. So,
you mentioned in the meeting you got some pretty strong feedback from investors. How did you feel about how the process went with the roadshows and the meeting today?
Well, I think the process has been a strong process. It's about communication with investors. We've been upfront with investors. I think that ultimately we would have liked to have been taken a little bit more seriously and had a bit more of an even or a balanced view reflected in the media, but you can't control that. We've gotten in front of in excess of 3,000 investors over the last 4 weeks, 4,000 now when you count the 1,100 in this room today. We've spoken to a number of those investors through our contact centre over the last 2-3 weeks as this process has come to fruition. So I think that what it tells us is that our investors want to communicate with us. We certainly want to communicate with them. We'll do that going forward. I think it's been a strong process. It's given all of our investors an opportunity to have a say, and we've seen that with the proxies that have been and the people that have turned up at this meeting today.
So it was quite a debate, wasn't it, in the last couple of weeks, in the media and also in the meetings?
There's been a lot of debate, and debate's good. Debate's good if it's strong. Debate's good if it's informed. And I think that within the meetings that we've had with investors, we've had some very, very informed people asking very sensible questions, and we've looked to answer every one of those. And that's the important thing. I think those people who had the most at stake were entitled to the most feedback and the most input and the most communication, and we've tried to make it that way.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you. So that was Peter Fredrickson, the CEO of Hanover Finance, looking forward to the future with a restructured Hanover Finance rather than in receivership. So there we have it. We're here at the Ellerslie Convention Centre. That was a special investing report brought to you in association with ASB. I'm Bernard Hickey from interest.co.nz. You can see all of the details of this meeting in our live blog with both the questions and the answers and the full results.